latest news poll, a majority of voters expect a hung parliament at the next federal election. Labor's primary vote has dropped to 32%, while support for the coalition has increased to 39%, and the major parties are tied 50-50 in terms of two-party preferred, although when it comes to preferred PM, Anthony Albanese remains the better Prime Minister, leading Peter Dutton 46-39. Prue, we know that this trend has resembled previous polls of late, where it seems that Labor is dropping in the polls. How do you interpret these latest numbers?
Well, I think people are waking up to this government. You know, it's being called the worst government, Labor government we've ever had. It would have to come close if it isn't the worst. And when you look at the fact that people are hearing all this rhetoric from Albanese and the ministers about, and particularly Chalmers, that, you know, we've got this. We were elected to bring down this policy of, you know, bring a policy in that was going to stop the cost of living pain. And it's clearly failed. And now the RBA is pinning it on them too. They're not able to hide about anything now. And I think that, you know, what's worrying me, and in a way it's good that these polls are saying there's a hung parliament, because at least people might make up their minds about, OK, I'm not going to lodge a protest vote and give it to an independent or a Teal or whoever else. I am going to back who I believe is going to do the better policy making. And so let's hope that people will cast their vote for one of the mainstream parties. And then both got their faults, but you'd have to say that this Labor government, has really failed in so many fronts. We can't believe them. You're looking at Murray Watts talking about what they're going to do with the CFMEU.
No.
I mean, it's just a joke, and we know they're not committed to fixing anything. They've handed out money like it's just, you know, they've raided the bank to all the unions to keep them happy. And, you know, we're sitting here all dying, you know, trying to survive. So let's hope Australians have woken up and that the trend goes further towards the Liberals.
Look, fingers crossed. And as well, I mean, this has come out only a month or so after the cost of living measures were released, by the so-called cost of living measures. And it's not resonating, Prue, because people are struggling, but they've been struggling for years. This government was elected on a mandate to fix the cost of living crisis. They've done nothing. And no surprises that it's now reflecting.
Cheap, isn't it?
Exactly, spot on. Now, let's talk about Queensland Premier Steven Miles' bizarre socialist agenda to create state-owned fuel stations. But it's been revealed at least 50 independent fuel retailers would actually need to set up shop for this to work. Prue, this is a bizarre socialist era crusade. Is it going to work?
Definitely not. I mean, the guy is desperate and he's trying anything. He's actually said, I'm going to do whatever I can to win. And, you know, he's given them, 50 cents train and bus travel, $1,000 energy rebates. The joint is broke. And when you look at the Paris Olympics and you think, have we got any faith in this government delivering an Olympics that we're not going to be all so ashamed of? It's going to be a schmozzle. And, you know, we're going to have to the feds are going to have to bail them out. So I really think, you know, the guy is taking out all stops, but I just can't really believe that the Queensland voters are going to fall for it. While it's nice to have a bit of, you know, fringe money in your pocket, in the end we know that they're doing so much damage to that state. And look at the crime rates. Just everywhere you look, there's something wrong with that state. And so, you know, let's hope they don't fall for it. But socialism is alive and well in Queensland. That's for sure.
It's just bizarre, isn't it, where he's plucked this one out of obscurity. But hey, look, a couple of months until the election, so we will see what happens there.